Shalom, shalom. Let's one start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Salutations to all the Achiums enduring this unto the end and pushing this word. Shalom unto all the Aquats, and unto all you respectable Israelites. This again is your brother Yassad from the Trinidad GMS Prophetic Vibration. Well, yeah, Trinidad, bringing on to a quick lesson, hoping that is edifying unto the elect and straight to the point. So this lesson here gonna be concerning, upcoming financial issues, and it is just gonna be very brief. It's concerning all you pensioners that's actually depending upon the government. Well, actually, all they that had their beneficiaries through the NIS, which is the National Insurance Board. Because here, what column Imbert actually saying, right? Yeah, that the age that the all who going into retirement and gonna expect the to be able to get the full compensation from the NIS at 60. If you're gonna have to you're gonna actually have to work an extra 5 years now, because they're planning on extending the age unto 65 for you to get your NIS, your payout at NIS. But hey, I'll read a little bit on this. The CCN3 news here. I'll start. Finance Minister Colm Imbert, hey, these heathens always in power. Suggested 2 weeks ago that the retirement age for the National Insurance System pension be raised to 65. Because apart from the old age pension, which is currently at 65 right now, which is 3,500 a month, right? And in this, they also did a survey on it higher up, showing you the amount of people, the amount of old age people receiving pension. And it was it said the government paid 4 billion in pension in 2020 and close to 19 billion in 5 years between 2016 to 2020 at age 65. A citizen can receive a measure tested monthly pension of 3,500 from the state. Last September, the pension population in this country stood at 104,107 persons. Rose explained that up to the early 2000s, the public in general, and seniors in particular, did not receive aging as an issue that needed to be addressed with a lot of money, and the focus then was more in the establishment of social programs. But hey, I'll just in the day, but the amount of old age people now, that number actually has risen with the amount of payouts and the amount of money that they have to spend right now on the old age pensions. Let me go back to and read on here now. Let's see. I'll read it again. Let's see. Finance Minister Colin Booth suggested, right, 2 weeks ago that the retirement age for the National Insurance System (NIS) pension be raised to 65 because the fund is not suitable in its present form. So, meaning that the amount of money, you know, they don't have the amount of money to support the old age people with the NIS at the age of 60. So they're looking to extend the time period of the contributions. So you actually gonna work work more years in order for you to get your your full payout at your NIS. I'm gonna read on down. It said the idea of phasing in over a 10-year period the increase in the current age of eligibility for a national insurance pension to 65 starting in 2025 was one of the four options raised in the 10th actual report of the National Insurance Board of Trinidad NIB. Burt said that with the new arrangement, people can work until 65 and receive a full pension or retire at 60 with a reduced pension. So that is to show measures that's being taken to oppress the people. So, and a lot of people, they not even living to see 65 properly with all these, GMO foods, all these poisons they're actually putting in with water and with food and all these things, all these diseases, viruses about people actually dying. Because when you watch the number of the amount of old age people that actually reaching them age, the number is not too high. A lot of people dying young. Yeah, but hey, that's to show you. So you is either you retire at a reduced pension at 60, or you work another 5 years to get your full payout. Speaking at the Latin America Development Bank (CAF) online forum 2 weeks ago, Burt explained that the NIS pension was introduced in 1972, and in 1977 the first payment of this pension was made to 1,143 people at the cost of 2 million TT, or about 800,000 US at the time. By way of contrast, in 2017, 40 years later, according to the 10th actual report of the NIB retirement benefit expenditure costs, 3.8 billion or over 550 million US dollars paid out to 108,116 beneficiaries, Burt said. The NIB is the organization responsible for the operation and administration of the country's NIS. The NIS is a contributory fund, which means that the employee pays into the system and the employer also contributes. So you had to actually be employed, right? To be paying your NIS. Those deductions from the employee have to go into the NIS funds. So this here is just a quick analysis of how it works, which is not sustainable past 2040 if it continues with the contributions at the current rate. So it must be increased. The 10 actual report also stated that the contributions had to be increased. 3 things must be implemented immediately, or else the funds will collapse by 2040. So this here is just upcoming events financially. Because this here is an issue they're gonna address, but the way they're gonna address it is by extending the amount of contributions. I think it's 702 contributions. They're gonna extend the contribution, extend the age the age that you could receive your full payout. Those reductions from the employees have to go to the so it must be increased. The 10th reading on down. Yes, so NIS will have to freeze its quantum at 3,000. Secondly, increase the retirement age to 65. Thirdly, increase the contributions. We cannot continue as we are going, Rose said. Yeah. Rose assessing the situation said there was no other option but to raise the working age to 65. Yeah. So, by extending the retirement age to 65, it means the state does not have the big payout to make when the workers attain 60 years. So people will have to work longer. Those working people have to pay taxes, which will be the revenue that will go into the consolidated fund to sustain the pensions. The main point is that the pensions make up 4% of the gross domestic product, GDP, she said. Yeah. So, just to show you, people, for you to retire, and because people could have retired from their job at, right now, people could retire from their job at 60 and receive the NIS payout, however system they choose, whether monthly, to sustain them until they start to collect their old age pension, which is 3,500. But now you had to work longer and do more contributions until you age at 65 to retire to get a full payout. Hey, as the scripture says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. So all they who actually reach 59 years thinking, well, hey, just a few months now so that I could be able to retire. That just to show you, you're gonna actually be a servant, being under servitude or a slave. Hey, but that's so lucky. Yeah, back to what I was saying. Because that already that's gonna bring a more stress upon you. So imagine you reach 64, 63 years in that time to come, and you die. You can't collect no pension, and that is why this system, you trusting in this system, it is gonna be your shame later down the road. I'll just bring out a one or two scripture and I'll be off with it. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and 1a, and he always brings out this. It's a woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. That counsel is that instruction, but not of Yahweh Shemeshai, because they take instruction from the government, from their pastors, and to be led astray, and cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. The covering they cover with is the covering of the devil, the so-called white man, the customs and the way of him, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, which is the system, and have not asked at my mouth. They walking and going down into Egypt because they trust in the system. Just now, just as and that is the thing, soon, and this come to my mind, soon, in order for you to collect your old age pension, you're gonna be required to have that that JB, that so-called cure. Yeah. Soon, in order for you to collect your pension and survive, you're going to have to lean onto the system. You're going to have to bow to the system and take that VAX. But wait, see, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Yeah, you trust in the government. That will not put you to your shame and your confusion. Because what's as simple as the measure and actions is taken. They're going to raise your sentence of servitude. You're going to have to, for 5 more years, serve until you could have a proper retirement to enjoy yourself. Because it just as funny how it is, when that time for you to retire, you pass because it had a guy I know, a elder guy, you could say one of my uncle, not biblical, not blood, not true blood, but I consider him as an uncle. He was working as a welder in Tian Tech. And as he reached age to retire, he retired. As he reached pension age, going to pension age, he a disease take him. Some disease that it could not cure because I could not remember the long name for it. And he died. So only time he could have come and gain the money to actually feel comfortable as he being retired and enjoy himself after all them years he work and all that service he put out, he come and died. Yeah, and that is sad. Hey, that is to show how we still on that bondage, We still on that bondage. We all care just expect, hey, not work for 10 years and just enjoy yourself. No. It is sure that we are under the curses. Yeah. Goods just getting more expensive. When you go in the grocery with $1,000, the amount of goods you was receiving last 5 years, it is nothing compared. If you was coming out with 7 or 8 bags of goods, you come out with 3-4 bags. Yeah. If this lockdown continues, a lot of the beneficial programs that they have whereby they're giving you this pandemic relief at 1,500 and so forth, they wouldn't be able to support that no more. A little bit of tax being paid because a lot of businesses not up and running and functioning. Hey, this system just slowly is decreasing. All praises to Yahweh Shai for that. And soon we're gonna see the face of the so-called white man as he not gonna regard the young or old, because just as it's saying in Deuteronomy 28, I should tell you, 28 and 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Yeah. Soon the so-called white man, he going and show his true colors. He not gonna care about you all. That is why, hey, just as I was reading, I was listening to a video that a brother posted up, showing you how this president saying he gonna jail those who don't take that VAX. All who don't take that VAX, they're gonna be jailed. because they're gonna be fighting against the system, not being down for the system. And they all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yeshai that we actually seen all the prophecies taking place. And because right now they just persecuting the poor with their agenda. But everything is just for a point in time. I'm gonna bring out the scripture here, the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 30. It said the poor man is honored for his skill, right? And the rich man is honored for his riches. Right? Because the poor man, in order for him to survive, he ought to have a skill to work. But the government see that when you reach at a certain age, you can't perform no work. You can't perform no work for them, so you wouldn't be needed, just as Hitler was doing, taking out the vulnerable, the old ages. But soon that is what they gonna do. You not gonna be no more of a service to this country because you don't old and pass your time. But that's just how the devil is think. So he gonna put places in measure. That's why, as I saying, this pandemic mostly attacking and wiping out the old age. But I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to stray too much. Again, double honors unto the elders and apostle at Great Millstone. Shalom to you all. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. Shalom.